Hello, my name is Jasmine, and this is my pregnancy vlog. I'm going to talk about my first trimester experience in this video, and then I'll do second trimester in a different video so I don't make it too lengthy. I am 26 years old and currently 24 weeks pregnant, and I found out I was pregnant at 7 weeks. From 7 to 14 weeks, I had hyperemesis. Okay, so hyperemesis is basically like extreme nausea. So from 7 to 14 weeks, hyperemesis is what I had. I had extreme nausea. I couldn't really eat anything. I couldn't really drink water. I couldn't wake up in the morning and move around a lot without throwing up. It was very miserable, to be honest, and I just had to take it like a champ. I didn't do a lot of crying, but I was just super fatigued, and it was hard to keep myself hydrated because I would have to literally take 3 sips of water at a time in 5-minute intervals just to keep the water down. So can you imagine being like super thirsty, but every time you drink a lot of water, you just throw it up again? So I would just take tiny little sips all day, and I went on this ice binge. So I ate ice literally every day for like a week, and that helped. And then that moved to ginger ale, and then I could drink ginger ale a little bit better. So I got like super hooked on Canada Dry and Verner's, but Verner's was too sweet for me, so Canada Dry was a lot better because it was like crisp and just delicious. So I put a bunch of ice and Canada Dry in a cup, and I would just sip on that, and then I would eat the ice afterwards, and that really like helped me just like have relief from nausea and just like vomiting, because honestly it gets so old. Like you have to brush your teeth all the time because you don't want your freaking teeth to deteriorate from all the acid. It was just very trying. So anyway, that happened. And then I think what also made the hyperemesis worse is the fact that I was taking prenatals that had iron in them. And if you have never taken like iron before through a capsule, it really, for some people, it makes you nauseous or it gives you a headache. It just has like some type of weird awkward side effect, and for me, I just feel like it made my nausea way worse. So I was taking these. I was taking Total Prenatal plus DHA by Pink Stork during my first trimester, and this has iron in it. It has 27 milligrams of iron in it. And trust and believe, I cannot wait to be done with this freaking bottle of prenatals because I just feel like this was making everything so much worse. And as soon as I finished this bottle of prenatals, it got better. And I was like, oh my God, I wonder if I could have just like not even been so miserable had I changed my prenatals sooner. But who knows, you know? Now, I tell you what, I don't take prenatals with iron in them. I get my iron through my food now, and I just take my prenatals for everything else. So like gulps of water, I am super grateful for those gulps of water because it stays down. But let me stay on track. So the hyperemesis was a thing that was super annoying. Honestly, if I had to help anybody that was going through that, like, because none of my friends or family ever said they went through that. So I just had to go to the internet, and I like joined a pregnancy Facebook group, and I was just looking at everybody's stuff on there. And like most of the time, it didn't help. The stuff that they were saying like wouldn't help me. So I just started trying like the ice thing. Like I started craving ice, so I just ate ice, and that stayed down. And then the 3 sips thing, like that was trial and error. So I just figured out of trial and error that, okay, I can take 3 sips of water every 5 minutes and I won't throw up. So I just started doing that. And then Mexican food would stay down. So I just was like, okay, I'll just nibble on Mexican food like every day. So I wouldn't eat it all. I could only eat like half of it. And if I tried to eat it all, I was just like regurgitate it all up. So I had to eat like just like tiny little portions that I would eat, and then I would just have to wait a long time. And then sometimes it didn't even matter if I ate it in tiny portions. I would still just regurgitate it, and then I had to eat something else because obviously I'm still hungry and I'm dehydrated. So that was that. I ended up losing 10 pounds through all of that. And then during the second trimester, it got better and I gained my weight back. So right now I'm 150. But yeah, I lost weight and that freaking sucks. So I just had to really work on keeping food and water inside of me, because when you get dehydrated, that's a quick way to go to end up in a hospital, because you need, you know, water. Like, you need to hydrate yourself, especially when you're pregnant. So I just had to play that game. These are, I would say, like, if you're not sensitive to iron, then Pink Stork is like a really, like, it's a really good brand. My best friend had recommended it to me because she took Pink Stork during her pregnancy. But if you have iron sensitivity, then I would either try a regular prenatal and then maybe like liquid iron, or I would just try to get your iron from foods, because trying to take it with a pill is it's not the best. So would I recommend Pink Stork? Sure. If you're not sensitive to iron and you like taking huge horse pills, like Pink Stork is fine for you. But if you are vomiting all the time and trying to take a pill that, mind you, is like vanilla flavored, and this was probably like 50% of the reason why I was throwing up so much, because the freaking pill was huge and it smelled and tasted like vanilla. Why would anybody in their first trimester want to take a vanilla pill? But anyway, moving along. So after these, I was like, no more Pink Stork. And then I was like, okay, let me try Ollie. And these were amazing. I was like, oh, these are so delicious. They're like kind of sweet and they taste like citrus. And you take 2 gummies once a day, and you get 60 in a jar. And they're just like really good. And they're sensitive on your tummy because there's no iron in them. And they're gluten-free, and they're belly friendly, and it's like, they were just delicious. These made me happy. These made me happy because I have like a sweet tooth now, and this was like my candy for the day. So I was just like, take these and be like, I'm so happy the whole vanilla thing is over. I'm so happy I found these, right? So this was great. I would totally recommend Ollie prenatals, or Oli prenatals, whatever. Oli prenatals. These were delicious, and they come in different flavors. You can get a citrus blend, or you can just get all the orange ones. I really like the orange ones. See, this is called sweet citrus, and this comes with like raspberry, lemon, orange, a bunch of stuff, and these taste delicious. But if you fall in love, if you get this one and you like fall in love with the flavors, sometimes they have like a whole jar of that one flavor, and it's like, ooh, yes please. But yeah, so these are amazing. But then I was like, okay, well, maybe, even though my iron levels when I was going to the doctor, they were like, your iron is fine, I was thinking, okay, well, that's good. But like, they were like, they say that like most pregnant women are like iron deficient, because you need to get like 27 to like 30 grams of iron a day, and that is, I mean, you need to really be eating like greens and meat and all type of stuff to get that. And I was like, okay, well, maybe like I need to up my iron to, you know, have a sufficient amount. So I got these, right? These. And see how this is full? The only one that's full. This was a hot ass, this was a no. This was a no. This is absolute, can you see this? This was an absolute no for me. And I got this from a vegan grocery store. Okay, this was like $34. It was like $34, and it was a complete waste of money, because I got the worst round ligament pains, which is like these pains that you have underneath your tummy that like you really can't do anything about but like breathe and wait for it to be over. So I got these, and I took them for 2 days. I literally took them for 2 days, and I had the worst cramps ever. I went to the doctor, and I told her that I was having these like really bad cramps with these new prenatals, and she's like, oh, that's normal, like it's fine. Mind you, I have not had any cramps like this like my whole time being pregnant. And at this point, I was like 16, 17 between like 16 and 20 weeks pregnant. So I'm like, no, you're not listening to me. And if you're a Black woman and you're pregnant, when you go into the hospital, you know, every OBGYN, every nurse is not going to believe you when you say you're in pain, or when you say something hurts, because for some fucking reason, they don't think that we experience pain the same, or that we're just BSing when we say we're in pain. No, bitch. These hurt my stomach. I had the worst cramps. I was literally crying. And I don't even cry that much. These hurt my stomach so bad. I was just like, literally bent over crying. And she told me that like it was regular. I said, no, I don't trust you. Okay, I don't trust you. And I didn't. And I stopped taking them. And you know what I did? I got another one of these. I got another one of these, because you're not about to play me and tell me that that's regular when it's not. I haven't experienced that at all during this whole pregnancy. And as soon as I start taking these, I start experiencing round ligament pains times 1,000. No, I'm gonna cut these off and I'm gonna go back to what didn't hurt. So Emerald, the additive free company, no, it was a no for me. So if these worked for you, congratulations. They have a bunch of stuff in it, but they didn't work for me, and they caused me a lot of pain, and I immediately X'd them out of my diet. So that was that. I really can only recommend this. I really can only recommend these. These were the only ones that were like, they stick with me every day. I look forward to taking them. They don't make me sick. The only thing is like, just don't eat a bunch of sugar throughout the day and you'll be fine, because these have sugar in them. These have like 4 grams of sugar in them. So yeah, but I did a lot of research on prenatals, and I did like a lot of I looked for a lot of recommendations and stuff like that, and like a lot of people recommended a lot of different stuff. So basically what I did was I watched a video. I think my boyfriend about to come up here. No, I'm not sure. But anyway, if he does, whatever, he'll make a cameo. But anyway, so basically I researched everything like that I wanted in a prenatal. Like I would like go on YouTube and look up doctors, and I would see what they would recommend in prenatals. And then like what they were recommending, I would look up like why they were supposed to be in there. And then I would like determine like what things are most important to me and what I wanted in a prenatal. And then that's how I would choose what prenatal I wanted. Because even if somebody was recommending it to me, I was still like, okay, well, why is this a good one? Like I still have to look up everything, which is why I really wanted the pink stork, was because of, okay, cool, my best friend's recommending it. I like everything that's in it. Like most of the stuff that was in it, the doctor recommended, but it was just that iron. Just that iron was a hot no for me. So I would say these, and they say, as you can see, gentle on the stomach. Remember, I've reached the bottom of my list of all of the things we're going to talk about. So far, this is a 20-minute video, and I'm going to have to edit that down to about 15 minutes. Whatever. First trimester recap video. So I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Bye. Say bye, babe.